Oh, what's up, guys? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Jim Rohn talks about the fundamental pieces to the life puzzle. Say, life, a lot of things, in fact, look very complicated until they are broken down and kind of toned down for you to see. It helps you understand certain things. And Jim Rohn talks about these five fundamentals, five pieces to the puzzle of life. Number one, uh, five fundamental pieces to the life puzzle. Number one is your philosophy. And your philosophy is basically what you know. In this very area, you can put what you believe about life. And you realize in different aspects of life, different communities, you realize that people have very different philosophies about life. What you believe yourself to be. Oh, us, the what we don't. Us here, we are born to suffer but we'll never die. In this family, no one has ever passed. This is your philosophy. The philosophy. When you look at life, you look at it from a point of, oh, I'm already defeated. Oh, I'll never amount to anything and whatnot. Or what do you know about life? What is the content, the knowledge factor? What do you believe about your life? Do you believe you can get out there and make things happen, or do you think you are a victim and life always happens to you? So that is your philosophy, and it's very important because that determines a lot of things. Because as they say that knowledge is power, and someone more accurately put it and say knowledge has potential to be power, and therefore in that knowledge, because you cannot do what you do not know. Your behavior and what you do or the actions you do in the world are I would say they are directly proportional to your knowledge level. Those who know a lot more tend to do a lot more. So yeah, your philosophy is the major thing there. The next thing is your attitude. I had a pastor back then in my church days who used to say that your attitude determines your altitude. What is your stance? What is your, after what you know, how do you feel about what you know? Maybe it's the one thing. Like, what is your attitude in the workplace? Are you a complainer? Are you always complaining? Do you look at everything in the group of, oh, the government is corrupt, oh, the what? Because this becomes your attitude, your posture rather in life. You know things. Now, how do you feel about what you know? Right? You know some things from the past. People have educated you. You have been colonized. Everything, all these disadvantages that have. But what is your attitude towards that? Are you of the type that say we are doomed, we will never grow, we will never get out of this? Or is your feeling towards that, if someone engineered this way, then I can re-engineer it this way? Because that is how you feel, right? Your feelings towards when you come in a place. What is your outlook? What do other people, kind of the vibes they get from you, and that? What does that equate to here? And that is the second piece to the puzzle of life. First of all, is what you know, and then it's your attitude, your view, your feelings basically towards that. When you go to work, what is your attitude towards work? When you are in with people, among people, what is your attitude? Your attitude towards the government, your attitude towards the systems that are in place. What is your feeling towards that? Is it a positive one? Is it a negative one? Is it no? That's another big part, because sometimes you can know a lot, but if your attitude sucks, right? There are people who I know that are very technically gifted. They are very good at knowing things and doing things, but their attitude, nothing. They are difficult to work with. They can't seem to get along with everybody. You know what they say, that if you get to a point where you have a problem with everybody that you come in contact with, then you are probably the problem. And so after you fix your life view here, you work on what you know, basically your philosophy. Now you must get to the attitude aspect of things. How do you feel, right, towards your, because we all have a past. Maybe people did you dirty in the past. What is your attitude towards that? Are you always working? Because being a victim, having a sense of victimhood in life, is a certain kind of attitude, and it takes you somewhere. But having also the attitude of a victor, that no matter what has happened to me, it is now my responsibility. I'm going to take charge and I'm going to do what I have to do. So, number 2 is attitude. Remember, it's your philosophy, your attitude. And number 3 is activity. This is now very important, because first you know what it is that you know. How do you feel about what you know? And then here comes to, what are you doing with the knowledge you have, with the attitude you have in life? What is your level of activity? Because life, ultimately, everything comes down to doing. The things you do for yourself. If we go to the Indian side of things, we are talking about karma, the action, because life is action. Subtle karma and more karma. When you think, it's a form of activity in a way. When you speak, it's another kind of activity in a way. When you are in your community doing different things, the work that you are doing, but it's what you know, is how you feel towards what you know, and then consequently it gets to the doing, because all this must boil down to the fact that you must do. And so what are you doing? And this is very important, your level of activity, because recently there's been people, maybe I've just gotten to know it recently, who talk a lot about increasing your luck surface area, that the world does not reward so much those who are here. There are many people who know many things. Some people with a decent attitude, sometimes, but all this, the knowledge and the attitude never translates into activity. And that's why we remain stuck. We remain stuck. The act of getting money to flow in your direction, there are certain things you need to do. To stay healthy, there are certain things you need to do. To stay whether healthy in the body, in the mind, activity. So what is your level of activity, and what color does your activity kind of take on? After you have known things, now you have fixed your philosophy, you have the right attitude, but are you doing the right things? Because you can have the right philosophy, the right attitude, but if it does not translate into the right action, then it's of no consequence. You remain here, you remain locked here. So it says it's the 5 fundamental pieces to the life puzzle. Everything must kind of connect together well so that the machine works. Because you could have a brand new battery and there's fuel in your car, everything is starting, but if that car does not have tires, you will not get anywhere. In the inverse, sometimes you have tires, you have fuel, and the battery is dead. You can't start. If it's automatic, you can't even jump start the thing. So everything needs to gel well together. So we have gone through the philosophy, the attitude, and activity. What is your level of activity? What are you doing with what you know? How are you applying? Are you applying? Because a lot of us, like the Bible talks about some people It says, ever learning but never coming to the knowledge of doing. You listen to all kinds of podcasts. You know what is on the diary of the CEO. You know what is on Podcast and Chill. You know what Penuel is talking about. And you are reading all kinds of books. But what does that go to? Where is it going? After you read books about getting up at 5 a.m., whatever by David Goggins, you read, what does it translate to? Does it translate into action? Or it's a philosophy, good attitude, but no action? And such, you remain stuck. And very soon you might start complaining and thinking the world is what is unfair. Number 4, results. You have your philosophy, you have the right attitude, now you have done the right things, and now ultimately the test is here. Because I think I've been this has been my experience a lot in my life. I've fixed my philosophy, I built a good attitude, but I was doing very little in the world. And as a result, I did not have the results that I was looking for. The knowledge you have, everybody who comes around, oh wow, oh you're so knowledgeable, you're so what, and the right attitude, but there was no activity, and therefore there were no results. Because if we go to mathematics, 1 + 1 is equal to 2, right? But this equal sign, if it is not there, right, you don't have the equation is not complete, right? And many of us now are in this kind of situation where we are not doing the work. There is no work, therefore there is no results. And when it comes to results, there's obviously a timeline attached to this, right? That when you do activity, sometimes you commit one kind of activity, and ultimately it must bring you here. It must bring you results. There must be results. Because if there are no results, how can you say you are a farmer? But the season when people are planting, you are not there. You have the field, the rain comes, you are not there. Nothing. You don't plow, you don't till the land, you don't what. And then you are surprised when others are harvesting. But you have not done the other things. Your philosophy is wrong. You said there will be drought this year. What is the point? When others gambled and the rain came and they tilled the land and they planted, now they are harvesting. And many of us do not have this. We are lacking in this department, myself included. My results have been very small because my activity has not been enough. Increase your activity and say, what? Get rich or die trying. Almost like you cannot give up on yourself. It's a repetition until you get to the point where you get the results that you want. And if the results are not there, you go back to 2. If you are not getting the results that you want, check number 3, check number 2, and check number 1. Because we are saying these are the 5 fundamental pieces to life. If you are not getting the results, number 1, you must check your activity. Revisit and check that your activity is on point. Check your attitude, right? And check your philosophy. Because all these things need to align. The philosophy, the attitude, the activity, and then the results. But if the results are wrong, then revisit number 3, number 2, and number 1. And then you reiterate again so that you get the results that you need. And from the results, the last one there we have lifestyle, right? After you have the results, now we go to lifestyle. Not just life, but lifestyle, which is very important because some people they have gotten their philosophy right, they have gotten their attitude right, they have gotten the activity, they have the results, but their lives are lacking. Because in an ideal world, by the time you get through the first four parts, at this point you eat what you want, you dress what you want, you drive what you want, you do what you want, because you are not beholden to some things anymore. Your philosophy, you have gotten it on point, everything you have gotten out of the way. But a lot of the times, many people still struggle in this department, right? Because a person has all the other things, they have the results, but their life is all over the place. It doesn't seem like they're enjoying the wealth that they have created now. Because at this point is the point where you really get into trimming your life down to really just focus. You live your life by design in a way, because you have done the hard work, you have done the philosophy, you have gotten it on point, you have gotten the right attitude, you have the action, you have the results. But now the lifestyle, how is your lifestyle? Because sometimes after you get the results and you forget to keep trimming the other aspects, you can get here and then it's like everything you have worked for in your life becomes your downfall. Because there are people who have gone all the way from they were disciplined until their business took off. Maybe they sold it and all of a sudden now they are drinking every day, every other day. They are picking up some random girl from what every other day. Your life has become chaotic and unsustainable. And if you mess up here, it forces you again to go back, to fix your philosophy, to fix your attitude, to fix the action, to get the results, and then build the lifestyle that you want. But these are the 5 pieces, right? According to Jim Rohn, which I've listened to this so many times that it has become my thing now, like part of the Bible and scriptures for me. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, right? Your philosophy, your attitude, philosophy, attitude, your action, results. In this lifestyle, you can go and look this up. This information, it's on the internet, but it has been something that has been really integral. Like I can even mirror this, right, with my own life, right? When it comes to this part, church had, like, many of you know, I was in this cult these churches that are here around these days, and it really messed up my philosophy being in that place. It was all about Jesus coming, my life, I had abandoned my schooling, education, everything. So really, when I got out, the first thing I had to fix was this. I had to focus on that, because my mind was fragmented in so many ways. I couldn't think straight. I was thinking about the time I've lost. I had a lot of regret, a lot of shame, a lot of embarrassment, and all that is the arena of this, right? Because if your philosophy is wrong, your attitude will be off, your action will be counterproductive, the results you will get catastrophic, and the lifestyle, we don't even want to get there. So I had to get my thinking straight. At some point I became an atheist. I hated God, I hated the man who was leading the church, and afterwards I got to the point of, number 1, forgiving myself forgiving everyone who I thought led me there. And I decided that if I had made the decision to be in this place, and it led me to that point, I can make different decisions here. Just to forgive myself, let go of others, and restart my life from afresh. And that's what I did. I fixed my mind. Then my attitude became, if my feeling was that I had made decisions that led me there before, therefore now I can make a different set of decisions that will lead me to a different direction. And my attitude with life, even up until now, it's just that if there is anybody who is going to succeed, it is me. I believe that to the core. If there's anybody that is going to build a successful business, build a successful career, eventually find a woman, get married, settle down, if there's anything good in this life that life has to offer, I must find it. That is my attitude everywhere, every day. And because of that, it now led to appropriate action. After that, I went to look for a job, which I had gotten my first ever job in life around the time of COVID. A lot of people, as you know, were being laid off in that time, but in that time I got a job. And after that, it was education, which I have completed last year. And after that, a number of internships and jobs I'm still looking, which I don't think is far. Also, other than that, is businesses that I got involved in, met the right people to complement the action that I was already doing, right? And now I'm beginning to see results. I'm at this point here. My lifestyle has not completely adjusted to exactly how I want it because my results are just starting to show. Build my career, so I rebuilt my mind, I fixed my attitude, I put in the appropriate action, the foundation for the work. I got myself an education despite the setback. Because I went in this thing when I was around 18, 19 years old and came out when I was 20 something. My entire young adult life was there. But that I managed to fix my philosophy, my view of the world, fixed my attitude, did the right action as I saw it based on my philosophy. Now I'm beginning to see results. As I continue also to do everything that I believe is right to do, I'm beginning to see results, and very soon I'll begin to wear exactly now. We wear what is available, what we can afford. We drive what is available. We live where we can be allowed to live, those that will accept us. But when the results begin to show enough, then I also get to wear what I want, drive what I want, live where I want to live. And that is the ultimate puzzle, right? The 5 fundamental pieces of life according to Jim Rohn. So you guys can look him up. I hope I don't botch his name. Jim, I think it's like that, Rohn. Look him up. It's on YouTube, it's on TikTok, but he passed on. But that's his name. You can look that up and maybe it will help you as much as it has helped me.